Thank you for being here, everyone. It's a pleasure to exchange with you. Mr. Minister, I will start with you. You talked about the cost of living crisis. And of course, that means that there are expenses from the government and expenses that must be controlled. On January 29th, we had a report on expenses for having participated in a conference in Dubai. The data is incomplete, but there are expenses worth $1 million and counting. Your flight cost over $13,000 to taxpayers. When you were on that plane, did you think of taxpayers' cost of living? As you know, Mr. Deltel, the climate change fight requires an international effort. There is no solution to climate change if we don't work together internationally. In some, G20 countries represent 80% of the greenhouse gas emissions on the planet. So we need a concerted effort. For the Dubai meeting, there was record participation levels from various provinces. Alberta had its biggest delegation ever. Same for Saskatchewan. There was a lot of participation from other provinces, including yours, Quebec. That is why the Canadian participation was so costly. My question has to do with your flight. $13,000 and counting. Did you think of the cost of living crisis that is affecting Canadians when you were on that flight? As you know, various departments have very specific amounts that they can or can't spend according to the Treasury Board, and we respect those. These are the same criteria that are imposed on the Conservative government when they are in power. I don't think that $13,000 is appropriate for a conference in Dubai. I have another question on public expenses. We were talking about greenwashing. You have participated in greenwashing in participating in this conference. I disagree with your characterization of Canada's participation in international efforts to fight climate change. It's because of those efforts, if you'll allow me, that Canada was able to play a role in COP26, at COP27, and COP28. I was one of 8 co-facilitators on 194 countries. The presidency of the COP28 chose Canada to help them reduce by billions of tons the greenhouse gas emissions. Thanks to the Paris Agreement, we are now diminishing our heating of the planet. We are talking about hundreds of billions of tons of pollution that will not be in the atmosphere, and I think this is necessary. What I'm asking right now is how will you ecologically refund for this trip during which there was air conditioning and so on? I call it greenwashing. As a minister, how will you make up for all of the carbon that you spent? We are diminishing from 4% to 2% and some the amount that is emitted. And of course, I'm not doing this by myself. This is a collective effort, but that collective has to be done together. This is a collective effort, but you were there at the COP meeting in Dubai. After 9 years of the Liberal government, Canada is now 62nd with regards to how efficient they are in fighting climate change. Are you proud of that? And are you proud of being a minister of Environment. I am indeed proud of being the Minister of Environment and Climate Change, Mr. Deltel. Every day, I take on these tasks in an important way. The projections were that Canada was going to surpass its objectives by 12%, and that is due to your government. The difference is the equivalent of removing 16 million cars. So imagine Canada with 16 million cars contributing to pollution. But when you were an activist, Canada was not 62nd. So don't you see the correlation? Inaudible for the interpreter. Now you are 62nd. Mr. Minister, you have very little time to answer, but go ahead. I'm sure that you read in full. You know why Canada is ranked 62nd. It's because of the increase of greenhouse gas emissions from the oil and gas sector. We are doing everything we can to reduce that, and your party is doing everything it can to stop that.